Hello, welcome to the chat room on CGTN. I'm Zoyun. The chat room is a special online live show which offers a platform for people from different countries and backgrounds to share their experiences and story on the new normal post-COVID-19. In addition from panel discussions, we also take questions from our followers on various social platforms, including CGTN app, the official website, CGTN official account on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Sina Weibo. So feel free to leave your comments and questions on those platforms with your questions and comments. Well, as we know, actually yesterday here in China was the Chinese Valentine's Day. So I guess it might not be too late to say happy belated Valentine's Day to you. And that is why we have decided to make today's focus, the episode of this chat room, on relationship. Because as we know, the pandemic has taken a toll on almost every aspect of our life, including the romantic relations. So today we have two happy couple and also one happy single lady, single and fabulous, joining us today to share their thoughts and insights on this very sensitive but also, I guess, very interesting issue. So now thank you so much everyone for joining us. Without further ado, how about we start the discussion by having all of you to introduce a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are, what you're doing, and where you are now. So let's start with the lady, Jing. Let's start with you. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Jing. I'm the only single person in this chat room. I'm 25 years old. I'm currently working in the film industry in China. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, great. Small and beautiful. What about you, Wen and Scott? Hello there. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wen. I am a financial analyst. We live in Portland, Oregon. Mm-hmm. That's me.
Scott, obviously live here as well. I've been here about 8 years and work in architecture.
Okay, great. Another small and beautiful introduction. So, Daryl, please.
Hello, my name is Daryl. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm a student of a dual master degree at Greenwich University and King's College London, and I'm currently in Spain.
Okay, nice. Welcome to the show. And Rami, finally.
Hi, so I go by Rami. I'm from Cairo, Egypt, but I'm currently located in Amman, Jordan. I studied neuroscience in undergrad and graduated from Tsinghua University with master's very recently, where I met Dari. So, yeah.
Yeah, like he's telling all the male followers who's now watching our live streaming is like, Daryl is my girlfriend. Yeah, the beautiful lady is my girlfriend. So guys, please stay away, okay? We're now together like in the same country now, but please. I got that information, yes. So hello there, guys. Thank you for joining us. And let's start with Wen and Scott, because I know you were happily engaged last year, right? And you were being together for 3 years. So, and I assume, sorry, no hard feelings here, but I assume that if we don't have this pandemic, you might be having your wedding sometime this year, but because of this pandemic, there might be disruptions going on or major changes going on. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so last year, actually, when we were in China visiting Wen's parents, we got formally engaged then. And then we were planning on having the wedding ceremony in China this year in November. Oh. And then obviously everything hit, so we've kind of just it's just been delayed from then, and we're just kind of playing it by ear. We'll get legally married in the U.S. side later this year, just with a very limited amount of people. Actually, one of our neighbors is going to be doing the ceremony. Wow. So we'll figure out even when we have a ceremony here for, like my family and so forth, and anyone else that wants to join. But yes, it's still pretty all undetermined at the moment.
That's nice. When you just keep nodding, but I heard you're actually like the spokesperson of your family. Scott is like the less talking person. So what Scott talk about, was that correct? Did you approve of him saying that? You did, right?
It was true. Mm-hmm. We actually got engaged in Zhangjiajie when we were visiting. Oh. I had no idea. I was getting tired. I really wanted to go back to the hotel room, and he was never the one who wanted to take photos. And he was like, I need another photo with this backdrop. I know where it is. We just need to go there. And we were waiting for the crowds to leave. I was getting annoyed and tired. And then he proposed. I didn't know what was.
So, but Zhangjiajie is like so mountainous. There's so, so many mountains. So which location did he specifically propose? Like a really high altitude place? Like if you don't say yes, he'll just jump or something?
No, we were actually in Fenghuang.
Oh.
And it was, all the lights were lit up at night. It was really peaceful and pretty with all the bridges and lights.
Right. And you said yes immediately.
I actually jumped back. I took a step back because I was like, I don't know what's happening. And this innocent girl was taking photos for us, of us. And she was like, do I stay here? Do I drop your phone and leave? Do I keep taking
Okay, I got it. So you said yes because of this innocent girl, not because of Scott. Scott, please don't cry. That's cool.
Like, let's just break this down so this girl doesn't keep waiting.
Right, right. Okay, lucky you, Scott. What about Rami and Dario? So how long have you two, been chatting online instead of, seeing each other in person? Was that something very hard to you? I assume it is hard for Rami because you have such a pretty girlfriend out there in Spain. You must be so nervous every single day. Can you fall asleep at night, seriously?
Yeah, I mean, for me, definitely, through her reassurance and a lot of love, I sleep well at night. But it's definitely been difficult, I would say, since February that we've been talking online, trying our best to really stay connected together and be able to just really think together what are different ways that we can still be super engaged and really discuss everything and feel more connected than before. And I think that it's been difficult, but I feel very, very connected to her, and that she knows so many parts of my life that we needed to communicate about everything, because when there's distance, the one thing that you have is communication, and you have to get really good at it. And I was really bad at it. So it took some time for us to kind of navigate that. Dari?
No, actually, I was just going to say that Rami is actually a little bit of the jealous type. So he was all the time like, but do you love me, right? And I was like, yes, baby, I love you. I adore you. Please don't worry, everything is fine. So yeah, it was very difficult and very challenging to work on this communication part, because since we have been more time separated, like far away from each other, than in the same country. So we really needed to work on communication because that was the only thing we had. Yeah, he had like a lot of communication issues when it comes to express his feelings. So it was challenging, but for both of us, I had to say.
How many times does Rami call you each day, Dario?
Well,
at the beginning, like when the pandemic first started, when you two first got apart, not being in the same country, like 1,000 times saying, "Baby, I love you, I miss you a lot." No,
but because the call used to be open for such a long time, so maybe it was like 2 times, but each call was like 2-3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I think it's much better to call when we're both having free time. We can both dedicate hours to talk. A lot of different times, Darin sometimes would tell me, I don't feel like I talked to you today, or like I don't think that we had quality time. So.
Oh, seriously? You're saying, I don't feel like talking to you today at this moment? No.
No.
I didn't feel like I talked to you today. When
got it.
You talk to somebody, but you feel like it's in passing.
Yeah, I know. So, Jing, you keep nodding. Why? Do you feel some of the deja vu here? Where are you? You like your backdrop was so beautiful. You're outside a garden or something.
Yeah.
So beautiful there.
I'm actually in the front yard of our company, so I have to unmute myself because the background noise is too much.
Right.
I just feel like that they're just very loving couples. And I've always wondered that if I am to fall in love with someone, what kind of appearance or what kind of language I'm going to use, because I feel like they're so different because we never met each other. This is our first time in the chat room together. And I saw them and I feel like they are actually in love. They are couples, and whenever the one is speaking, the other one is always smiling. So yeah, so that's why I'm always nodding. It feels just so lovely.
I feel the same way here. I feel so jealous. You're right when you say one. Yeah. Like when
I saw Daria and when they were like so pretty and so in love, and especially Daria, she's always smiling at the camera.
Yeah,
she's
I
so
know.
cute.
It is cute. I agree. How about you? I know you're single and fabulous, as I mentioned in the beginning, but you're so young, right? And for so many young women now in China, it's not like the generation of my parents or grandparents. Like when they hit a certain age, like especially girls and women, they start to get nervous. I'm not in a relationship, or I'm not even married. But now girls are so independent, both materially and also physically, mentally, and also I guess it's the same thing for you. So girls are not in a rush to find a boyfriend or to settle down. But is there something changes going on in your life after this pandemic that maybe kind of shifting your attitude towards finding a relationship or a boyfriend? Yeah, tell us a little bit more on that.
Yeah, I was actually like the type that you mentioned before, that I was independent. I'm still very young and there's no one showing up in my life, so I could just live by myself. But having this pandemic going on, and especially movie industry is the hardest hit line of business in China, maybe the whole world. I was forced in my home for like 6 months with my parents, and this is the first time that I realized I need something deeper, some deeper connection with people.
Not with your parents, clearly, right?
Your friends and family around all the time. And it's kind of embarrassed to mention that I have never been in love, and it was never a problem for me. But now I was getting a little bit of nervous, feeling like, especially in this pandemic, everyone's speaking out about love. We have to love the human race. We have to help each other. And as a small part of the human race, I feel like I don't even have the deepest connection with another human being, and that really confused and got me nervous. But at least I was recognizing that I really need love. I feel like the years before I was just like rejecting love because I am independent and I don't feel like it. I never tried, but now I'm having this change of attitude actually.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think it's embarrassing to say you've never been in love, or you're still waiting for the right guy. I think like people have different options, that we are at different phases of life. Right now we're enjoying being single, and maybe in the next 2 years we are enjoying being in a relationship, just like those cute couples that are joining us in the show. So yeah, I think just different phases. But I totally understand where you're talking, and it's not just you. I think there's so many single women or single men, especially during the pandemic. It made us realize, we need someone. We need this kind of companionship. We need to be protected. At least we can have someone to talk about or to talk with, right? So how about, so let me ask the couple here, so Wen and Scott. So, or especially when you're single, or do you understand what Xu Jing just said about, her feelings going through something or tough time like this?
When I was single,
Yeah.
how did I deal with it?
Or do you understand, the experience, the kind of very heartfelt feelings shared by Jing just now?
Yeah, I think I would like to call myself a strong and independent woman.
Scott is like, okay.
I was slightly annoyed because when I pulled the independence card on him, sometimes little hard. But when I was single, like Jing, you know, our lives are just, we are already occupied with work and self-improvement and hanging out with friends and doing the things we love. And we're like, we don't need love right now. But then if, you know, some hardship happens or a difficult time hits, you honestly, you don't want to talk to your parents about it because you don't want them to worry.
Yeah.
And it might become hard to talk to your friends because you don't want to burden them. So at this time, you really want someone who you can just confide in. So I understand how Jing got here during the pandemic.
Cool. Thank you, Wen. So Rami, I saw you hands up, right? Do you have something to say to us, or do you have something to say to Daryl?
No, I wanted to actually ask Jing something.
Sure, go. Yeah, please continue.
So why do you think before this you were rejecting love? Was it something that you were not looking for, or was it something that you just didn't want?
It's actually that I don't really understand myself. I don't really accepting myself because I feel like I'm not ready and not deserve, especially the person that I feel interested or attracted to, especially the ones. It's never a mutual thing that happening between us, so it never worked out. And the constant rejection of the wrong people made me feel like I am not deserve that and I'm not ready. Unless my self-improvement is done, then I can go out and look for love. Then I realized that that's just bullshit. That's just bullshit that I'm keep telling to myself. I feel like everyone
better
deserves
use
that.
be here, you know. Be. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Sorry?
No problem. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that, you know, you need to first believe that you deserve love. And I think that this is most crystal clear when you watch this movie called Perks of Being a Wallflower. And there's this quote that says,
exactly.
Yeah,
Emma Watson
deserve,
said that.
we accept the love we think we deserve, right? So if you think that you deserve love, it kind of comes towards you. So
actually, the definition of feeling deserved is just so misleading because if you keep thinking that I have to do something to be deserved to someone's love, it means that the love is just come with the condition.
Right.
It come with, you have to appeal to the other person. And once you stop doing that, they can just withdraw their love from you. And that's just very toxic for me to understand that.
Cool. Yeah, we'll get back to that. And then, yes, please, Daryl. Yes, please.
I'm so sorry.
No
I'm
problem.
So sorry. I could just like to say about this that I completely understand you, Jean. But I don't want. The only thing I want to add right now is that it's very important that not because we want love, as we want to be in a love relationship, that we have to be in a love relationship. Because a lot of times we end up in relationships that are not good for us, or that won't make us feel good, just because we want love. So it's very important to recognize that the right person will come at the right time, I think. When I met Rami, I was not looking for love. I was like, I just want to focus on my studies, and that's it. And then he appeared, and he completely broke all my plans, to be honest. So just don't be in a hurry. You're a beautiful and a very strong and brave woman, and the right person will come for you at the right time.
And she's so young with like unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Well, another question I really want to ask the people here today is, I get different voices about relationship in a pandemic. Some people say this pandemic actually has better off their relationship because, you know, they spent more quality time together, doing things together, and this kind of built, you know, the trust, the kind of love between each other. But some people say, oh my God, it's like a nightmare because we spent more time together, there's a lot of fighting, and they just can't stand each other, and they don't want to spend even one more second with each other. So let me get back to Wenny and Scott. So how is this pandemic treating you? do you feel like loving each other more, or you think there were hard times? Scott will say you love Wendy even more now, right? You can't say other.
Yeah.
It's actually really funny. We were living in a loft space with no doors besides a door to the bathroom before.
Oh.
And we bought a new house in November and moved in. Now we have a space. I have an office, and he works out of the upstairs living room. I always joke that we'll just fight all day if we're living in like 700 square feet with no separation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
you
it would
guys
have
are
been
lucky. Yeah.
very different. And then, I mean, it's kind of just become the new norm. So I wouldn't say there's more. It's just become what it is. I don't know if it's neither extreme on either side, but you're learning more about one another. Like you're learning how the other person works from every day to day, and from the next room over to how they actually go to work, how they communicate with their coworkers and so forth.
I found out that Scott yells at coworkers.
But not you. Is there something else that you found out that you didn't realize before, Wendy?
He is such a gentle soul.
Oh.
And I'm in the office and he yells on the phone like, "Oh my God, who are you talking to? Is everything okay?"
So do you feel like him more attractive that way, or just like new perspective of him?
Gotta yell more.
Just don't yell at me, and he doesn't. So.
Yeah, but I think speaking of yelling here, I think a couple actually fall in love starting with yelling at someone, right, Daryl? You're the best person to talk something about that, right? I think their relationship doesn't start with like a dating app or something else. Their relationship or falling in love moment start at yelling at Rami, or it's the other way around. I think it's Daryl's yell at Rami, right? Because Rami will never yell at Daryl, right?
No, never.
Daryl, how was it?
This was a perfect.
Oh my God.
I have to say that this was a perfect transition. Like, I would have never imagined this. But basically, yeah. So the way that I met Daryl was that we were moving from Tsinghua, where I was teaching a little bit of salsa, and then we moved to this bar called Pyro in Budalco. And then we went there, and I was just talking to a friend in Spanish because he had wanted to kind of practice his Spanish. And so, but I remember walking down the stairs that I saw really, it's not necessarily like in the movies because it's in real life, but you see across the distance, this beautiful woman in a gorgeous dress, just stunning, absolutely stunning.
Right.
And I was thinking to myself, tonight, I have to try to talk to her somehow. I need to make it through all this, like university students and find my way. So I was just talking to my friend, and then all of a sudden, I see the Daryl basically be like, "Wait, you speak Spanish?" And I was like, okay, I feel like I've done something wrong. Like, should I not speak Spanish? I'm sorry. But then she was kind of shy afterwards because she had just yelled at me, obviously. So as one does, is a little bit shy. So then I just talked to her a little bit and introduced her to my friends because I think it would have been rude otherwise.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think I was listening to her speak, but I was also just falling in love with her eyes. And I was like, okay, you need to back off because you can't get attached to somebody you don't know. It doesn't make sense.
But that's love, right? It's just for no reason, some magical moment, that's love. Daryl, but did you fall in love with Rami at the first sight? But what I heard is that you didn't even realize you were going on a first date when you went on a first date, right?
I mean, I had to say, like, in defense of Rami, was like, in Spain, people are very straightforward when it comes to approaching someone you like. And he was being so polite, with such a good manners and everything, that I was like, oh, this guy is just being nice. I thought like he was quite attractive and everything. And when I saw him like talking to another girl, I was like, I don't like this. but I didn't realize that he was being so sweet. And he asked me to go for ice cream on Sunday at 3 p.m. And for me,
It's
that
a
didn't
date.
sound like a date at all.
It's like a date to me. Jing, if like a boy asks you, say, Jing, let's have ice cream on Sunday after the first encounter, do you think that's a date? Yes or
No.
For me,
Sorry,
listen.
it didn't sound like a date. But if he asked me to go groceries with him, I feel like that's a date.
If he asks you to go on
Thank you, I
grocery,
love you.
seriously? You think that's even more
Yeah.
romantic than having ice cream together?
It was just like a friendly offer, saying
Oh.
that he's interested in me, but that's it.
Okay. But what if he asks you to pick up laundry with him? Is that like a date?
Wow,
or
that's definitely a date. That's
oh,
definitely a date.
with a lot of commitment,
Yeah.
in your opinion?
No, but he's definitely wants something more like romantic way.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just the girls.
Yeah, the girls,
Thinking.
yeah. We have different like understanding and incentives about different
Yeah.
behaviors and moves. But at the moment, Dario, you certainly don't think that's a date, right? Okay. What
No,
about
and
The
actually,
reason why-
I didn't realize it
Okay,
till
now
the
they're
end
fighting.
of the evening.
Mhm, good.
And
sorry.
it was terrible. No,
So I
I just
asked
didn't
her-
realize until the end of the evening. I'm so sorry, baby. Go for it.
But basically, I asked her during the date, I asked her, do you think I'm flirting with you? And she said, no. And my heart sank. I'm here talking to her, trying to flirt, like asking her deep questions, want to know more about her. And then
What are
she
those
was like,
deep
"No."
questions? Tell us more. What are deep questions so that Jing will have an idea?
Yes, tell them about the book. Tell them about the book, Rami.
Oh, okay.
No, the book part was too bad. But basically, I was asking her more about her family, her background, what brought her to China, and I was more interested in understanding her.
Right.
And I don't know. Like I think in Egypt it might be a little bit different where you can like it's not very common for you to just go on a first date with a girl. That's it, just you and her. So it has taught me to really value that time and be able to ask these questions where in group settings you might not be able to ask them.
Okay.
So I thought that meant that I was interested, but I think it just means I'm nice, I guess. So,
Cool.
but I reconciled everything in the second date. Do not worry. I was front, center, everything that was needed.
Just a
He
quick
took
question.
me to a part and make me sit on the floor. To be very honest, that's not a date. I'm so sorry.
So where does he take you to the second date? Another ice cream shop or where it was? No.
No, he invited me to go to his salsa class. But at that time, I knew that he was flirting, so I was very shy.
Oh, okay. Now it's good. So
I
Wendy and
wanted to show off.
So Wendy and Scott, I heard you know each other through a dating app, right?
Yeah, that's how we originally met one another.
Tell us a
Met
little
on the
bit more.
dating app.
Right.
And,
Who chose whom? Like who picked whom at the beginning? I don't know because I'm not familiar with it. It's like swipe. It's like something you swipe, or it's like you
And-
pick each other.
I think I swiped him first because then when he swiped me, it was a match.
Okay. So
yeah,
you
and then how that
Oh.
app works, like the girl has to initiate conversation with it. So then started talking from there. Then our first date was coffee in the morning.
Not in an ice cream shop. Thank goodness. Okay.
No, just simple coffee.
Yeah.
She came in. She was very tired, and we had coffee. Then, second date? We went for lunch essentially.
First day, I was extremely hungover. So I wasn't sure how I performed. I thought Scott was just being nice. I think we shook hands.
Probably.
And
You
I was
shake
like,
hands?
Oh, there's probably
Or you hold
second
hands.
date.
You shake hands with each other. Oh, so it's like,
There's probably a-
hello, I'm Wendy. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Scott. This is like lesson 1 in an English textbook, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, how
nice.
do you do?
How do you do? How do you do? Okay, great. And that went well, actually.
I didn't know it went well until he asked me out for a second date. But the second date, I was not sure if he was that interested in me because he said to me that we will go to a museum and he has to work later. You know, when a guy's like, I have plans afterwards.
Yeah.
He's
Very
planning on
clear
not.
signal. Yeah, I'm busy. I don't have I have people time with other people and other things, but maybe not that much time with you.
But then I figured out he was into me because museum turned into lunch, turned into wine tasting, turned into more wine at my place, and turned into a concert, and turned into late night snacks.
So
And he never had.
Oh, I still should have. Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
so that's
It was a
like
longer following day.
so that's like an A plus or extended second date, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, trying to make up for the short coffee and
Great.
the handshake.
So Jing, just now you heard two different versions, totally different versions of, falling in love. One with Rami and Daryl. They met in person with Daryl, started this kind of relationship with the yelling, right? Something amazing, yes. So it works out. And with Wen and Scott, that's something that so many young people are now choosing to go on a dating app. So which one do you think that might work for you after what you have thought of, after you have what you experienced during this pandemic? So are you willing to try both, or which one do you think might be more suitable for you?
I think I'm gonna go for the offline bar thing because I'm really a very conventional person in terms of that. And I
Okay.
feel like the algorithm thing doesn't just work for me. I've tried like 1 or 2 years ago, and it just took too much effort to talk to multiple persons and ask them out. That's just very consuming. Yeah.
But as you said, after you stayed with your parents for almost half a year, so now it's not like before. You want to have a relationship, right? You're having a different mindset now.
Yeah,
So
I
and
know.
I believe I can tell like you're a person who's very actionable. So I assume you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk. So is there something different that you're doing so that maybe you could speed up this process to find a boyfriend, at least to give yourself a try?
I speak to my friends actually, telling them that I
Oh.
was looking for love. Yeah, if you're just having some social activities or you have someone who might be suitable for me, you can just talk to me. But I'm just not wanting to be very progressive, and I feel like being very progressive doesn't help you to find love. That's yeah.
So what were the
So-
reactions of your friend when they first heard, oh, now Jing is in a active position to find? Are they encouraging, or what are they, or are they laughing at you? Then it's not true friend. Yeah, we're the real friends here.
Yeah, I know. Actually, the funny thing is when you're being single for too long, then your friend circle is like all the single ladies. So when you shout out to a friend that's saying, I'm looking for a boyfriend, then they were like, we are all singles and we don't know any male friends out there.
Right. I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a dead end.
It's not a dead end. Come on, friends have friends and then have friends, right? Is that the case, Wendy and Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
let's
it's
ask
a process thing.
let's
I
let
don't want to rush myself into anything.
yeah, don't rush.
the
I
moment.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But let's ask Wendy and Daryl. So you were, before you got into this relationship, of course you were single, and of course you have, just like Jing, we have so many single friends. And Jing said it might be a dead end because the reason that we're singles is, we don't have friends who know single boys, right? But was that the case, or is there any other options that you could recommend to Jing to, some of the other options they think might be good and helpful here? Wendy?
I think for me, like friends might be weird. Like if you don't work out, but you still have the mutual friends, it might be weird. So I didn't really go that route. I just got comfortable with swiping because even though like keep asking people out is time consuming and exhausting, but you can still, you know, if you have good time management, you don't just spend all day swiping. It's not like it's a second job or something. Mm-hmm. And for girls, you get free drinks and dinners, so that was a plus.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I think even in America, I think when people are more open about approaching others, mm-hmm. I feel like I would have felt less comfortable if someone approached me at a bar, because that might just be something very casual, in my opinion.
And you will yell back, probably. Just like
probably.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Dario.
For me, it's very difficult to give advice because you also, when it comes to love and almost with everything, you also have to take into account the cultural difference that are between countries, that exists between countries. So it's very difficult for me to actually give you advice. For me, I completely understand the people that like dating apps, and I think that's super cool to find love if you like using technology and that kind of things. But I never felt comfortable with that.
Right.
Because I really like to feel close to the person, to feel like I can have a real conversation, and sometimes through that, for me, it made it difficult to feel like, oh, actually, do I have a connection with this person? Mm-hmm. So for me, it's always easier to, I contrary to like when, for me was easier, like if someone approached me, you feel like if you have a connection with that person, so you can keep on talking, and you see where it evolves, because you don't know if, it doesn't matter if someone approaches you in a bar than through a dating app. You never know if it's gonna work or not. But I think if I was in your position, Dean, I would try to get in touch with the friends of friends, because I think sometimes when you go to a party in a friend's house, you sometimes meet someone that is the friend of a friend, and then you connect and things like that. You never know. I think you should try everything that is in your hand, because you never know. You may go for a walk and you may find the love of your life. You don't know. Just be open to it. Try to catch the signals, and that's it.
Uh-huh. But what about... one other thing that I really want to ask you, Rami and Daryl here, because I think you could provide some tips to couple like you who are now being apart because of the pandemic, of not being able to living together because of, issues of visa or other issues, right? So it's hard, especially I know it's the 16th of next month will be your 1-year anniversary, right? So actually, you've now been almost together for almost a year, but now you spend about half the time together and almost half of the time being apart. So, what is so difficult about being at a relationship at the beginning, but not being able to spend more time together? So, what are some of the way out, or some of the tips that have been worked for you that you think might be working for other people as well? So, Rami, what kind of things have you done that make Dario really happy, that you think might be helpful to other people here who are watching our live streaming?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, always having this form of honest communication is very important. Mm-hmm. But also to make the small moments special. I think that if you're watching, let's say, a movie together, if you Google virtual dates, every single one is going to be, oh, you should watch X, Y, Z of a movie. Right. But I think that at the end of the day, you want to be able to make everything also specific to your relationship. So, for example, Daryl and I share a virtual diary on Google Docs. And we write each other oftentimes either, let's say, love letters or poems, or we share something. Uh-huh. And it's very nice sometimes when you wake up and you just find something that, the person who you love and adore has written you something. Oh. So I think at the end of the day, being able to find also quality time for each other and approach it very intentionally is one of the most important things. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, Dario, do you understand the poems that Rami wrote for you, or you just pretend to show that you love them?
No, he has been very understanding and he has put a lot of effort to make this work. So at the end, a relationship is between two people, right? So if one of us doesn't work on it really hard, the relationship won't work at all.
Right.
So it's true, like the diary, I love it, but we also try to find things that we can do that we love together. For example, we love working out, so we have worked out together through FaceTime. So it was like a lot of fun actually. We have paint together apart than watching movies. He loves games, so we had even playing some games together. But I could just say that being apart from each other is not the reason for a relationship to fall apart, because at the end, distance just make more obvious things that are not working in the relationship. In our case, it was more like we were very scared of talking about our fears and insecurities, and they are there. And when you're very far from your partner, they feel more strongly those fears and insecurities that you have about the relationship. So we were forced to talk more about it. Otherwise, it couldn't have worked. And now we have shared this a lot to each other, but now we feel that our relationship is much stronger than before, because this distance has made us work in those things that were not working that well before.
Yeah, and it's not only the relationship is in a ever strong position than ever before. I think just as you mentioned, you're doing working out together through Facebook, right? So it's not only the love, the relationship is in good condition. It's also both of you. It's like you all stay in good shape as well. So maybe that's the terms of being in a relationship, not being together, but also being able to work out together. But Winnie and Scott, I heard you have some challenges, but not out of distance. You have some challenge which were a little bit, weird to me at the beginning. It's called baking challenge and also workout challenge. So what were they?
Baking challenge. I don't bake. I just watch other people do this challenge.
But we can eat, right? Yeah, we can eat bakeries, but we can bake, right? We enjoy eating those desserts. Yeah.
And the contrary to Rami and Daryl, they are apart. So I guess they are still trying to stay in shape to impress each other when they get on FaceTime. But Scott and I just ate a lot, and I figured we should do some workouts to offset all the eating, the stress eating.
I did the same thing here, yeah.
So there were just on Instagram, people are tagging each other to do like a home workout challenge or like squat challenge. We did it with our dog. The dog was our squat weight.
Okay. That's really interesting. And also because for couples to maintain in a good relationship, you need to somehow, or at least seldomly even, to throw each other a surprise. And then that's what I heard. There was a surprise party, right? Winnie and Scott? But
yes,
birthday party are usually not so hard, but during a pandemic like this, it was like so hard to have people gathering together, for health reasons, for different reasons. Did it work finally?
I was really bummed because it was my 30th birthday. It was a big birthday.
Right.
We previously talked about going to Singapore and Bali with friends, just traveling and have fun. And then the pandemic happened. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I didn't have anything planned. I think the only thing I planned was I bought hot pot supplies and I was gonna just do a nice dinner. But Scott successfully surprised me. My friends started to show up at our door around 5 o'clock, and I wasn't sure where they were all coming from. I was like, I didn't know my friends cared about me that much. I'm not
Come
really
on.
like, how do they even know my birthday? Because it was a pandemic, and I didn't feel like.
Right.
Yeah. So like all our friends, they would come by. Like we didn't host anybody in the house, or we didn't have a dinner or anything like that with them. So it's
But
pretty
they
much,
came because Scott
yeah.
texted them the night before. He texted every single friend of mine.
Do you have
which
any
is not
photos
natural.
to share with us
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
that
we have
special
some-
birthday party? It's like it's once in a lifetime kind of birthday party, right? Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a drive-by thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful share.
Mm-hmm.
I'll share my screen.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So essentially, they would, people would drive up. That's not it. But
Hold on. No, I haven't shared my screen yet.
oh,
Take your time.
so they would drive up on the street, you know, just out on the other side of our lawn and say hi from out there and wave. And so we
She's
had
never ready.
probably 30-something people and just a big long distance conversation across the yard.
So
or-
they're just like yelling, "Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Wenny!"
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you see my screen?
Okay, so we can see Wendy and Scott, they stay together, spend so much time. If this happened to Daryl and Rami, they will just share their screen like within 1 second because they do it every day, right? Okay, now we have the screen showing here.
Yeah. So my friends just started to show up.
Uh-huh.
It's a drive-by, and they all stood within, or
Oh,
They were all
that's cute.
Six.
or- yeah. So like each friend group, so like there are a couple there. That's another
just drive-by.
friend in the car on the road, another friend out further away. So each pod of friends, like,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
so
I-
sweet.
I woke up to this, and it's like right outside of my office window. I can see them.
Wow. So they do care
And,
about you, Wenny. Oh,
God got me like all the flowers in the world that he could find. So
Yeah.
they're all the best.
yeah. Wow, he's the
This is
best.
so cute.
And the cake. Yeah, we love it. Thank you so much for sharing this sweet moment with us. That's nice. So, Jing, are you a person that loves surprises? Or you're this kind of person who is like, no surprise for me. I just want to be in a like low-key relationship. Because now I guess there are some maybe or many single male viewers, hopefully followers who are watching this live streaming, and they might be interested in you. You know, if we have I don't have your QR code for your social media platform or something. If yes, we'll just show it here. Like anyone who's interested in Jing can just scan this QR code. I'm kidding, but yeah.
No.
But what kind of person are you looking for? Do you want to have someone who can like give you surprises like what Wenny and Rami had just told us about, or what? So what kind of person do you think that might be attracted to you?
In general, I feel like I am more interested in having a low-key relationship, just keeping the things around the friends we love or each other. Like, I don't want to show off or just do dramatic things on social media because it doesn't concern anyone, and actually no one just
It concerns us,
Really?
of course. We can feel this happiness with our gossip face here, No, but
I mean,
I
it's-
understand.
it is
You think relationship
within
is
our,
more about
friend
two
zone.
people, right? Yeah.
Just in a very limited circle, I guess it's very understandable because they are just the people we love, our friends, our co-workers. But if you're just shouting out on social media or having this live stream thing, I just can't understand that actually.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
hard to say. Look, maybe at the beginning we don't like it, but like if it happens to you, maybe more or less we can enjoy it. And also, I really want to ask you another thing because it happens to many of my girlfriends, because some of them when they look for a relationship and find looking for a boyfriend, one thing, the most important criteria is like the man has to be very handsome, good looking, right? And the other is no, I don't care whether it's good looking, whether he has this good appearance, but we have to share some of the interests. We have to have common topics that we can keep talking. To you, I know there are many more important criteria, but just above the two that I just mentioned, which one matters to you more?
Definitely the latter, but I don't want to put more restrictions on the criteria for finding a
Right.
life companion or someone you want to go into a romantic relationship with, because there's already many restrictions out there, and
Yeah,
it's not fair to do that to the other person. Or I don't
exactly.
think it's about self-respect and respect to the other person. The appearance thing is just too shallow for me. I don't know.
I'm sorry
I
for
wanna ask the
asking that shallow
to the
question.
two-
Now it's my turn to
No,
go
no,
back.
no. I'm just.
Yeah, but
I
yeah.
know you're just referring to other people's ideas, but that's just too shallow. But I actually want to ask the question to the two couples here.
Yes.
Like, do you have a specific type, or just you are naturally attracted to, or you just go with whatever comes in the way?
Well, Jing, I think that's
I
a
don't
really dangerous question, but I'm now showing my gossip face because I think they will say, no, I don't have like certain type. They are like he or she is the one when I saw him or her, right? Or Scott can't be at home at all. It would just be
it
kicked
can
out.
be romantic, saying that you're not actually my type, but I really fall for you.
You know what? Let's ask
I
them.
don't know why,
Yes.
but I fall for you.
Let's ask them. That Winnie and Scott. So yeah, Scott, is Winnie your type of, more attractive woman, or she's the one? Be careful. Think twice before you speak anything. Okay?
So both.
No, sorry. Sorry for the
I know,
pressure.
it comes down. There can be like a lot of people that you're attracted to in different ways, and one of the weird things, obviously, about like app dating is, in its very forefront essence, is it's pretty shallow because you're basing it off of looks for that initial swipe. So you don't really know people. So obviously, like there is an initial attraction to the majority of those items before you even talk to the person.
Okay.
But then, yeah, you know them more, and whether or not you still like them or not after that, whether you go on a date with them.
So Winnie, do you agree with Scott?
Yes.
That's not very certain. It's like a hesitation in there. I can feel. Yeah, what happened?
So I guess I'm more on the shallow side. When I was swiping, things I would look out for is like hobbies. Do they like to be active, take care of their body? And I think with girls, like the guy's height is also a quality.
Yeah,
Quality.
I agree. Yes.
And so I don't trust guys with just selfies. I'll check out the photos with a structure next to them to see how they
Oh
compare.
my goodness. You're a science person, right? You're so accurate. So when you saw the photo of Scott, what kind of comparison did you use? Like the height of the building or something? Eiffel Tower.
It was probably hiking photos.
Okay.
He was outdoorsy, and
He's this big next to a mountain. Yeah.
he looked really small.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least he's in shape.
So now Scott is actually smiling. He's thinking, oh, that means I'm good looking. I do exercises, right? And also I'm very fit. That makes me so attractive to my wife now. These are the good qualities. So now, Scott, you're happy, right?
Learning something new. It's awesome. No.
Oh, that's nice. So Rami and Daryl, is that the case for you too?
Rami, you answer first.
You go first.
No, you first.
Okay, well,
I
just
feel
spend
like I want to hear your reaction because I feel like I know mine and you know mine, but I don't know yours. So.
Okay, great. It's now the first time for you to talk about it even.
Oh no. I think we've talked about so many different things in life at this point. It's beautiful, and at the same time we can keep talking about them again. But Daryl, you go. Come on, be courageous. Go.
Okay, Daryl. Now the ball is in your court.
Oh my god, I hate this question. If my relationship is broken after this, I'm gonna hate you all.
No, fingers crossed, please.
Okay, before him, I could say that I appreciate both things. Like, not that they need to be like looking like models, because that's not the case, and that's not what I'm looking for neither. But they had to be attractive for me, to me somehow.
Yes.
But if the physics, the way they look, doesn't come with something, like if we don't have good conversations and things like that, it's not gonna work. So it has to be a balance between both of them. And for Rami was like he was looking good and attractive to me. And at the same time he was having like, especially I fell in love with what he has in his heart and how he sees the world and how he thinks. He had that balance of both things that was like very important to me.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, I think that's like a full score answer. Rami, when you first saw Daryl, I think you saw both, right? Both her amazing appearance and interesting soul. If yes, just keep nodding. Was that true?
You're saying I saw that she was gorgeous and what? Sorry?
With a very interesting soul, like she's very interesting and sophisticated, and you were able to see both, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that she was very, she's very, how do you say this? Like, not just outgoing, but also has this kind of spirit that is very kind of alegría, like she's always happy, and
even
also
after she yelled at you, you still think she's a very happy person. Oh my God, this is just love. You love her, everything.
I think she's a wonderful, happy person. I mean, I think everybody has their highs and lows, but that's why, you choose to be with that person, because they'll be able to be with you at your lowest in order to, be with you at your highest too. So, but I think one thing that I really love about Daryl and that I find very attractive is that she's kind of a go-getter. Like if she wants something, she'll be like, okay, like what do I need to do it? And she's also very inspiring. I think she doesn't speak very highly of herself as most self-critical people do, but she knows that she's an incredible person and that she's inspiring, many people with her articles, with what she does, and I find that very attractive. I find that is a very, attractive quality.
I mean, you're so safe now. Did you actually write a speech before?
For me, sorry?
Did you write a speech before this live streaming? It's like so well scripted.
No, I promise. I'm not reading anything.
You must be reading from a prompter or something. Oh my God.
No. But I think.
Not to you, but he's not being completely honest. He's not being completely honest because he told me that he asked me out for the first date to see if I have a brain or not, or if he was just good looking. So be completely honest, Rami.
Okay.
But I mean, that was my next point. So my next point is, for me, at the end of the day, I fall in love with the person, not for the way they look, but the way they are. Yeah. And I agree with what Daryl is saying, where you have to connect, your hearts. Like you have to connect minds and hearts. Like you can't just think, oh, this person looks incredible, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, when we're old and gray, we're not gonna look that great. I mean, Daryl might look great, but
okay. Well,
he will always look great to me. So.
Well, Rami, as I said at the very beginning of the show, that yesterday was the Chinese Valentine's Day. So I think if we count in the time difference or something, we can still, to some degree, sort of count in today because you're in you're in different parts of the world as another kind of Valentine's Day, right? I know you're unprepared because you didn't even know it might be the Chinese Valentine's Day. But maybe I don't know whether you guys can see. We have so many pink balloons today for decoration, just to make it better, make it full of love in our studio. I know you're unprepared, Rami, but I think you're a guy, who like to show your love and your care for your girlfriend. Let's just say if you have or you're given this chance to do something sweet or to do something as a surprise to Derry or just to write something. I don't know. What would it be? I know I might caught you off guard, but yeah, if there's something that you could do to Daryl, something that we can all understand, not the sophisticated poetry. Is there something you want to do here as a gift for the Chinese Valentine's Day because you met here in Beijing? What would it be, Rami? I'm sorry for this very challenging question.
Very challenging.
Yeah,
I have
so
not
challenging.
been prepared at all. This is like throwing me off. it's not like I'm going to share my screen because I have a video to share. So I have to first share. I have to share here and then share the sound. And yeah.
بلا ولا شي حبك بلا ولا شي ولا في بهالحب مصاري.
Oh my goodness, it's just sweet.
As for the unsophisticated poetry,
I can understand 100%, and I'm so sorry for throwing you into this awkward position and call you off guard. Okay, that's really sweet audio. I'm almost crying in tears here. So what else? What else from me?
so as for the unsophisticated poetry, I will always love you across distances and oceans, on a couch on a Sunday, or in bed looking at you. I speak every night to the moon, believing that maybe it'll repeat my words back to you. La luz de mis ojos, life only makes sense because you are here finally. I see you in every red rose, hear your voice in every flamenco song. At the bottom of every coffee cup, I remember your smile and sleepy eyes. You are everything. I will never let this go because my heart has never spoken like this before. Vida, Reina, Habibti, Hayati, heart and soul.
Oh my goodness,
So
bro.
super unsophisticated. I was very unprepared.
Yeah.
Threw me off.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for allowing me to share this moment with her, especially because it'll be very special because next month will be our anniversary. So
Yeah, I know, because Daryl, actually, as I said, as unprepared as Rami is, like my producers and everyone is like keep texting me, so saying Rami has a surprise. You have to, please don't forget. There's a surprise. It's a pleasant surprise. So, but it's so sweet. It's not for only for Daryl. It's for girls like me and Jing, right? It makes me believe in love, to believe in moments like this, right, Jing? This is sweet, right?
Yeah, it is sweet.
Yeah, it's so pretty. And
I'm so happy for Daria.
we're so happy for the two couples here, and happy especially for Rami and Daryl, because I know it will be your 1 year anniversary, and you will be flying to Spain, right, later this week. So happy 1 year anniversary in advance.
Actually, I will be the one going to Egypt. But yes, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm crying. Thank you so much. Seriously, baby, I love you.
What was your reaction like just now when you saw the video? You thought he's going to propose, right?
I mean, I can't imagine him proposing right now. I can't totally imagine him, but it was just like, it's like him. He always does these kind of things. I don't know how to deal with surprises very well, so I'm always like, oh my God, how to react to this? But it was beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. And oh my God.
Okay.
Seriously, thank you. I love you, really.
Thank you so much, everyone. And just as we know, maintaining a relationship is hard, even at the best of times, let alone during this global challenges like the pandemic. But I'm so glad to have our dear guest today joining us and also talk about how people experience intimacy, companionship, and as well as love. I think no matter how hard it is, the story that we heard today tells us that no matter how hard they are, love might always find a way finally. Or just as in this sophisticated and moving and touching poetry delivered by Rami, we're saying love only makes sense when you're here finally. So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing with us your experiences and also your stories. And big thank you to our followers for your submission and also for your attention. We have more to come next week. And thank you. Bye for now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. With lots of hearts. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Xijing. Thank you, Wendy and Scott. Thank you, Rami and Daryl. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And again, happy belated Chinese Valentine's Day. Thank you. Bye.